What's up, everybody? Happy Friday. Getting into this episode of Days of Our Lives. Brady need to do something. Like, he need to do something about this Kristen situation because Kristen is getting out of control. Like, she's always been out of control, but she got to go. Hey, Brady need to use his noggin and come up with some type of plan, a foolproof plan. Um, I love that he brought, Rachel to see Marlena and stuff like that. And I totally agree with Brady. Like, maybe Rachel could benefit from some therapy. I mean, why not? Some type of child therapy or something. Because with a mother like Kristen, that little girl is going to need some therapy. But of course, Kristen burst through the door, thinking that, oh no, my daughter don't need no therapy. Yes, you do, and so do you. You needed psychotherapy. You do. Um, Kristen just keeps giving Rachel this false hope that they're all gonna be a family. Like, she gave her this locket with a picture of the three of them, her, Rachel, and Brady and stuff like that. And I'm just like, this delusional ass woman. Like, stop hyping that kid up thinking y'all all gonna be one big happy family again. And Brady was pissed by it too, because he told her it's never gonna happen. He was like, I'm never gonna get back with you. At this point, I feel like Brady needs to, like I said before, he need to come up with a plan. I think part of that plan is he needs to use um Kristen's love and affection for him to his advantage. I mean, that's her Achilles heel. That's her weakness. Other than Rachel, her weakness is her love for Brady. He needs to find a way to utilize that. Use that shit to his advantage. You got to do something. You know what I'm saying? Because him and Chloe and them, they can't keep living like this with this psycho running around threatening folks and having these delusions of grandeur. Absolutely not. And even Marlena tried to tell Kristen. She was like, listen, Brady and Chloe are together. They love each other. You need to get over it. Like, you need to let it go. He don't want your ass. But Kristen, the wheels are in motion. She gonna find whatever plan she can to make that happen between her and Brady. She gonna do whatever she can. Speaking of Chloe, Kristen would have had me fucked up if I was working for her. I'm just saying, like, I totally feel Chloe's pain. I totally do, because Kristen is a pain in the ass as a boss. Like, how you gonna sit here and dismiss Chloe when she brings you a report that you wanted, but yet you're dismissing her? Um, and then had the nerve to tell her, "Oh, I'm not gonna pay you for your week's worth of work." Trick, you gonna pay me? Like, Kristen would have had me fucked up working for her. Like, absolutely not. Then gonna sit there and pick up a letter opener, threatening to stab Chloe with it. Like, yo, this chick is bonkers. And I was pissed off at Gabi because when Chloe went to go see Gabi and tell her, like, yo, Kristen just threatened me, like, with a letter opener. She just threatened to fucking stab me with it. Gabi wouldn't do shit about it. I said, what the hell in the Twilight Zone is going on up in here? Like, what you mean? You can't, oh, there's nothing you could do or whatever. Gabi don't want to get involved because she needs Kristen. Gabi knows that Kristen is a big piece to her staying in power as CEO of Demir Enterprises. So she doesn't want to rock the boat with Kristen. But I'm like, you can't have her running around threatening bodily harm to your employees, though. Like, if I was Chloe, I would have sued the shit out of Demira Enterprises. I'm just saying. Because that's an unsafe ass work environment. Like, so you mean to tell me she got to put up with Kristen threatening her life on a day to day basis in the workplace? Like, come on now, that's foolish. Like, absolutely not. That is so foolish. Um, and I love how Chloe just threw that Stefan stuff all up in Gabby face and all that. And Gabby sitting there, well, I could do I'm gonna try to do what I can with Kristen. No, fuck that. You need to fire her. You need to do something. She can't go around threatening your staff. Like, are you crazy? Um, Chloe gonna have to do something. See, this is why I feel like they need to start documenting. Her and Brady definitely need to start documenting all their interactions with Kristen, because that's part of what Brady's worried about. He's trying to play ball with Kristen as far as Rachel, because he's afraid of the whole custody situation. Like, he's afraid Kristen to go to court and try to file for full custody, and there's a good chance, crazy enough, that she has a chance of winning, because she does, unfortunately. Um, Even though she shouldn't be in the vicinity of any child, hell, of any person for that matter. Um, But I definitely feel like Chloe and them need to start documenting their interactions with her. Like, start pressing record on their phone anytime that they're around her, so that way they can record all her crazy antics, like all the crazy stuff she says, all the threats she makes. Start recording that, because now you're stockpiling all this evidence and stuff that you can use later on, and it'll be more than enough for them to get a protective order, more than enough to file for full custody, and limit her visitation or supervised visitation. Like, they could really get away with that. Like, Chloe and Brady would be smart to do it, because Kristen is unhinged as hell. She always gonna slip up and incriminate herself and say something stupid. So you can always trust her to do that. So they would get an abundance of evidence against her if they did that. Because I totally get where Chloe coming from. She can't live like this. She went to Gabi for help, and all Gabi could tell her is, well, you just resign. That's not the answer, because number one, she can't resign. Chloe needs her salary. She has a whole damn son that she has to take care of financially and everything else. Like, she can't just quit her job. She doesn't have millions of dollars in the bank like some people do in Salem. Like, some people can afford to quit their job without a problem because they're already rich. So it's nothing to them. Chloe can't afford to do that. You know what I mean? And she loves her job. So quitting isn't an option at this point. But they need to do something. So anyway, moving on from that. Lee is pretty much trying to order Rolf pretty much to alter Stefan's affections. Pretty much, he wants Rolf to come up with something to get Stefan to fall back in love with Chloe, so that way when he does eventually wake up, he won't try to mess up what Lee has with Gabi. Rolf was pissed because Rolf was like, listen, that shit is way above my pay grade. That's not my, expertise. That's not my field. And Lee didn't give a shit. Lee said, listen, you better make it your field. Lee was like, you better damn well make it your field of expertise. I don't give a damn what books you got to read, what you got to study up on. Make it happen, Captain, because I need it done. And he was like, shit, you ain't got to worry about Kristen. He said, I already handled that. You ain't got to worry about that. We on the same page. And of course, they got caught by Gabi. Gabi showed up, and of course, Gabi is wondering, like, okay, what's the connection between Lee and Dr. Rolf? Because now she gonna be, I'm pretty sure she gonna be suspicious. Like, why the hell y'all together? You know what I'm saying? Like, what are y'all doing together? Like, what's y'all, what the hell, what partnership y'all got going on that I don't know nothing about? This is gonna be a hot mess when Stefan wake up. I already know. I got a feeling that if he does wake up and Rolf finds a way to alter his affections and stuff like that, it probably won't last. Chances are he'll probably remember that he in love with Gabi and stuff like that. So anyway, moving on from that, Johnny ended up running into Gabi and stuff like that, and they were talking, and when he was the devil at one point, they almost had sex on the desk. I could definitely see Gabi and Johnny hooking up. Like, Johnny need to listen. He need to forget all about Chanel for the time being and just go for his. Like, you got all these hot ass women around you. Listen, I'll be trying to smack something. Not literally smack it, but you know what I mean. I wouldn't blame Johnny. Shit, he almost got with Gabi. I'm like, listen, that's huge, cause Gabi is fine. Um, EJ really thought his little weak ass power play was really gonna work against Eva. I'm like, sir, what? That was weak. Um, he threatened to call Rafe about the conversation that he heard between her and Gwen, and Ava called his bluff. She said, listen, take this phone, call Rafe. She said, call him and tell him what you heard. I'm pretty sure he's not gonna believe your ass anyway. Like, that was such a weak power play. He told me, you know what? I'm not gonna call him for now. I'm gonna hold off if you sign over those shares. Like, you really thought that was gonna work, dude? Ava was like, I'm not signing shit over to you. She said, if I did give up my shares, it'll probably be to Kristen, because we're on the same page at this point. We actually get along. EJ is sure that Kristen wouldn't go against family. I'm like, depending on which family you are, I mean, Kristen has no scruples. Like, she'll go against any one of y'all if it benefited her. But that was such, like I said, it was a weak ass power play, because what EJ should have did was he should have recorded what he heard between Gwen and Ava. That would have been solid enough proof. That, I think, had he did that, that would have probably made Ava sign over them shares. But the fact that you sitting here talking about what you heard, that's hearsay. It's like, no, that's not gonna work. There's no proof to that. Especially with EJ's history, they can't build the case based off of that. So that wasn't gonna work. EJ knew that he played himself with that. He should have got better evidence than that. He knew he was played. Um, and of course, Ava ran out of the room all distraught and whatnot, and Johnny came in. I definitely see Johnny and Ava hooking up soon. And EJ is pissed about their connection, the fact that they're getting close because Johnny became a shoulder for her to lean on. And I love how Ava basically told him, she was like, "Well, I'm a lot stronger than you think. Trust me, I ain't no little damsel in distress." Which she's not. Ava's definitely a scrappy person. It's just she's emotional about all the stuff that's been going on lately. But she definitely ain't no little damsel. But I can see her and Johnny hooking up soon, and I think it's gonna happen fairly soon too. And I can't wait for it because you can tell EJ is mad as hell about it. I could see EJ and Ava hooking up at some point, like just a hookup fest. But anyway, that's pretty much the whole episode. Hit the comment section, let me know what you all thought about it, and I will see you all later. Peace.